I don't know if nobody on here yet, but I'm coming. I'm trying to set up all of the things and talk to y'all for a little bit, okay? Because yes, it has been a while. Into full screen, okay. And not only has it been a while, my YouTube videos, for whatever reason, out of the blue, has picked up with questions. So I want to come on here and talk to y'all for a little bit, tell y'all what's happening, what's going on. Y'all see me. So we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Y'all see what I got on. Full workout, get up. So that'll tell you something about what I've been doing, what's been happening, and what's been going on. Oh, wait a minute. Still don't have one on. Update to the y'all know what? It's always something. Let me update this phone. But anyway. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Show me how to. Y'all, I had to pull out my old phone because I wanted to talk to y'all all at once. But anyway, good morning again. Let me see the update. Oh, general software update. Yeah. So anyway, good morning. It's been a while. So I've been working on myself, working on some things. I'm not gone. Just for those who have been following me, y'all know I tell y'all and talk to y'all about all of the things involving entrepreneurship. So for those of you who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are looking to start your own dispatch business and all of that sort of thing, please check me out on wherever you found me at and go to my YouTube. I have something special coming to my YouTube, which I'm going to tell y'all about in a minute. So I've been working on myself, right? Working on myself, working on my mind, spirit, and my body. So again, for those who have been following me, I was telling y'all for a minute that, I'm gonna get out here in these streets. I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be doing it big. I'm gonna be doing conventions. I'm gonna be doing, in-person things. But I also told y'all when I get ready to do that, I need to be in better shape because I don't want to be huffing and puffing and all of that sort of stuff when it is time to get out here and meet and greet. Okay. So, as always, if anybody has any questions, any concerns concerning, dispatching and that sort of thing, I will answer. So, I've been working on myself. So, again, all things entrepreneurship, I have let you all know the good, bad, ugly. Good morning, good, bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So, let me run it back. So my name is Marian E. King, owner of Empty Nest LLC, doing business in multiple capacities, and the airplane is riding by, so hold the line. But anyway, the capacity that many of you probably are meeting me in is the dispatch area. I dispatched for 3 years straight. I was awake for 24 hours a day for 3 years. All right. In that time, I learned and started a business in the transportation industry. I started with a new company, a transportation business that entered into the transportation business by way of a non-CDL box truck. Okay. I grew that non-CDL company from one box truck. Okay. And I coordinated, okay, because that's what we are as dispatchers. Okay. We coordinate the finances. Okay. I coordinated, set up, okay, and made them money. And I encouraged the owner to go and get his CDL. Okay. In that space, that owner got his CDL. We went from making no money to over $400,000 when I ended my relationship with them in the dispatch capacity. All right. When I came in, consulting was my goal. Before I got into this, my occupation in corporate America, I worked in customer service sales for 27 years. I started from the bottom and I worked my way up all the way through management and ultimately became a trainer. Um, I created SOPs, updated information, and made companies a lot of money, not knowing and being aware that I could be making this money for myself. All right, but we learn and we grow. So in 2017, I was laid off from a cable company. And at that time, I decided I was going into entrepreneurship. I was taking my talents and I was going to operate on my own. What I did not know at the time was all of the things that I saw about entrepreneurship, all the glitz and glam and the money and the trips and the fames and the jets and the cruises, all those things, okay, um, did not just come. Okay, but good morning. You actually had to not only work, but go through mental changes, physical changes, and a lot of things. So for 2 years, I owned and ran a beauty salon. I had a beauty store inside of a salon, and I had a partner at the time. He was a hairstylist, so we did that. That's what I'm talking about today on a podcast. I'm just kind of reintroducing myself because I know there's some new people that are here, and I'm going to tell y'all where I've been. But I wanted to give that little brief rundown, so I don't want anybody hopping on here like, okay, here's another one. Oh, she just no. I'm the truth. Okay, always have been, always will be. That's the only way I know. So I did that for 2 years. I saw that that was not what happened for me, was not it. But I always wanted to get into the transportation industry. But when I was younger, the only way, that was visible was to drive a truck. I knew that was not for me. So I tried several times over the years to become a truck dispatcher with big companies. However, one of the main things that they wanted was people who knew this map, who knew the map front and back, and 9 times out of 10 was 50 or older. Okay. And at the time, I was nowhere near 50. I'm closer to it now. All right. But I wasn't then. So I wasn't getting a job. So I continued, in service, customer service in many different capacities, cable, medical field, all of those things, just customer service, learning, training, and all over the time. So in 20, I want to say 18, I started seeing people doing independent dispatching. So I was like, okay, what is that about? But of course, when you working, you don't really have time to look into stuff like you want to look into it. So you just like, I kind of brushed it off and put it on the back burner. Then in 2019, I really started to look. I really started to pay attention. And then there was a course that came. It was here in College Park, Georgia. I'm not going to say the name of the company because the company no longer likes me. Yeah, I was a shining star for them at one time, but then somebody got a wild hair up their butt. And, I'm going to tell y'all this. Sometimes people can see where you're going long before you can. All right. So just take it as that. So if you get connected to something or you want to be involved in something and connected to something and they reject you, just take it as a blessing. All right. Because a lot of times it is a blessing. And sometimes getting into relationships and partnerships can hinder you and cause you to be in a position that you can't really do what you want to do and say what you want to say because you have some sort of obligation to them. All right. Amen. Amen. So anyway, I am here. So in 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 2019, I got serious about it. I started researching. I started looking. I started trying to see what was going on. And it looked really good. Okay. It looked really good. Everybody I was coming in contact with, they were living great. They were talking about how much money they were making a year and all of those, all of the things. Okay. But again, I'm working. I'm not in a position to come up out, and leave my job like that. So, oh, thank you so much. I don't know what number 2 means, but I appreciate it. So anyway, I got into 2020. I was working. And then I said, you know what? I'm about to take this course. It came to College Park. So being that I was in the position that I was in for so long, I am a person that when I was in corporate America, I find the problems and I also find ways for the employees to be successful. So when I went to this class, it was one day, it was 8 hours long. And as I was sitting there, there were a lot of truckers, people who wanted to come out of the truck. They were there. I was there, wanting to see how to get into the to. It was freight. It was a freight brokering class because at the time, that's what I thought. Everybody was like, "Don't become a dispatcher. Don't become a dispatcher. They don't make the money. Come become a freight broker. That's where the money is." All right. They said that what was where the money was, but they did not say that's where you're going to have to disperse all of the money. All right. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening. Now I'm listening and I noticed that there's a lot of information that is not being given. And being from a place, where I create training things for people to be successful, there's a lot of things that's not being said. And I done paid a hot $500, to come in here and gather some information, but I didn't get anything. So I was cool. I see people getting excited or they're telling people, oh, this is a company that you need to join because now I know they're getting kickback. This is who you're going to go to create your website. Now know they're getting kickback. This is who you're going to go to for your factoring. Now know they're getting kickback. This is who you're going to go to for your insurance. Oh, just tell them we sent you. As a matter of fact, before we leave, we can go ahead and get them on the line for you. Oh, they're talking good. And it's costing big money. It's costing me more than $500. Okay. But I'm not getting $500 worth of information. I'm not even getting $50 worth. But that's neither here nor there. All right. So when I get done with the class, all of the truckers and everybody's excited. They done told you what to do. Go start your LLC. All of the things that I already know. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, these people are going to be sad next week because they have yet to mention who do we call? What do we say when we call them? How do we engage? How do we do all of the things that they told us about today? No breakdown. Again, it's my corporate style. It's my training style. So there's some things that I know that did not set these people up for success. So after I pulled the coattail of the person that was training and I said, hey, I'm not trying to be funny, but there's a lot of things that you missed in here today. And if you know me, I am a note taker. Okay. So I had a scroll of things that they did not give me my money's worth about. So of course I appreciate you, for not saying anything. I think that you would be really good for our dispatcher program because the way that you move and the way that you operate, and we'll go ahead and get you signed up for our dispatching program. We won't charge you anything more. And we'll go ahead and get you logged in. So I said to them point blank, I said, hey, I'm already a business owner. So is this going to teach me something? I don't need to know how to set up an LLC. I don't need to know how to get insurance for my business. I don't need to know anything about an EIN. I don't need to know anything about the DUNS, and I don't need to know any of that. I don't need to know how to set up my email and make it personalized. I already know this. I'm already a business owner. Oh, no. It's going to give you a whole lot of information. None of that happened here today. I said, okay, cool. I get home, I log in. What is it? How to get your LLC, how to get your EIN, get your DUN and get your banking account, to get your email, the same thing. Okay. So I came back to them and I said, hey, one more again. I'm not trying to be funny, but you still did not give me anything. So what I need from you is, and I gave them a rundown, okay, what to do, how to do, whatever. So then they got this app. They created an app, and in the app, they started answering questions. Hey, you can come here, you can ask your questions, and we will answer you. So that was too slow for me because I already knew that they did not know. So when I would ask a question in there, at first they wouldn't answer at all. And then they tell me they were coming. Then they put a post up that said, if you ask a question, please allow us 24 to 48 hours. Baby, in 24 to 48 hours, I will have done the research, put together a whole program and an ebook. All right. So that's what I began to do. So I started my own group on Facebook. And I started teaching people. Okay. So they at that time started learning some things. So they started putting it in their little group thing. So what I knew I would share. Well, of course, if I'm doing my research, I'm finding the information. And if you're doing your research, you're finding the information. So, of course, if I find it and I tell it to you, we got the same information, but it's not yours and it's not mine. We have found the information and we're delivering it. Okay. So somebody got into my group and they went back and said, hey, she's in here teaching them what we over here talking about, which was a whole lie because you didn't have enough. Okay. Now, at the time, they were getting ready, quote unquote. Let me tell you how people try to do stuff to you. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to stay away from words like gaslighting and narcissistic and all that because I'm not a therapist. Okay. And I would advise a lot of y'all to do that. Leave that to the people who got a degree. Okay. So I'm going to use words that I know and we all know the meaning of. So when people start to try to act funny with you and try to manipulate, now I will use that, try to manipulate you. Okay. Like Brown. So I was doing so well, I'm going. So they were like, oh, hey, we're starting a business, a physical property in Atlanta. We would love for you to be a part of it and, talk to the people and teach the people and welcome them in. Would you consider it? I said, okay, let me know when y'all get the place set up and I'll talk to y'all about it. So when they got mad, they came back and it was like, oh, we're kicking you out of our app. Is it up? Okay, good. Okay, cool. Y'all, my bad. I was trying to check on my son. And we were really looking forward to working with you because we had high hopes and we had talked you up for the physical location that we're going to be opening in Atlanta. And we just can't believe I wrote them back. I said, hey, hey, God was good when I met you and he's still going to be good when we separate. Okay. You can't hang anything over my head because at this point, I have over 500 people. Okay. Who some of them have taken your course, some of them have taken the guru, some of them have taken the great energy, and they don't know a damn thing. Okay? Okay, it was but by way of me, okay, that they are now functioning in their business and they done gave y'all all of this money. So you can keep whatever it is that you thought you were going to have because the way that you're speaking to me, I don't want to be associated with you anyway, because there's a difference in how you're talking and how we operating, because what you're talking, this emotional. This is not business. Okay. Your feelings hurt. Your feelings hurt. Okay. And it is what it is. And I'm grateful for that because there was greater for me. Okay. So for those of you who are just coming on, hey, thank y'all so much. I'm telling y'all, talking to y'all, just giving a background for the new people and giving allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is M. King. Okay, but anyway, I'm talking also about where I've been. Y'all know I have not been on this year. I had to work on my mental, my body, as y'all see, and my spiritual being. Because again, there is a lot that goes on in this entrepreneurial space that don't nobody want to tell us about, but they always want to show us about how they living good and how they bought this and how they took a trip here and there. And that is not the reality of many of our situations. And that's not their reality also. All right, we're going to talk about it. So that's what happened. That's where I've been. So I had a Facebook group. It got up to almost 1,000 people. Over 800 of those people had found me because they had taken these courses and paid all of that money. And then they came to, found the dose of reality. So after that, I was encouraged by you all, the people, to start doing classes and creating classes and ebooks and that sort of thing, because I was working for free. Okay. I came in with the mentality of if I don't have it, I was a time I didn't have it and people can't afford it, but they still deserve, the knowledge. I was not aware of the changes that I would have to make and how the reality of that was not always going to be. Okay. I was met by, I would provide a lot of information. I would create things. And there are people who took from me. They took and created books from off of free information that I was giving. Okay. But what their downfall was, okay, here's the thing about something that's not yours. If don't nobody provide you with the next steps or the rest of the information, you're stuck on looking stupid, because it was never yours in the first place. And I'm going to tell you one thing about my God. He covered babies and fools. Also, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. Now, we're not going to get into the Bible and get to preaching, but I will tell you, there is one that I believe in, and I believe that anything that's supposed to be mine is going to be mine. Because if you steal from me in any kind of way, okay, thou shalt not steal, okay? All right, theft is real, and you'll have a hard time in life. And I'm here to tell you that I was here to witness some of those same people go through things that they should not have been going through. But had they met with me, okay, got with me, because here's the thing: y'all want to get crumbs when we could sit at the table and have a whole feast together. But all right, we're gonna leave that where it is. So moving on, I began to do classes and courses over the years, and I started doing social media. Now, how I got into social media was when I began to operate in the space, okay, of dispatching. I began to realize really, really quickly the lies that had been told. So here's another thing. Many of you all see these big businesses and you see these big names, but you won't hear me call them. The reason you won't hear me call them is because I tried to connect with these popular people when I was seeking information. But when I got with them, I knew more than them. So they didn't want my money. They didn't want to work with me. They wanted to tell me that I didn't really need their services, and that I was, trying to be this, and this. But I really was seeking information because I knew a lot of information, even things that I thought wasn't going to be relevant. But I just didn't know how to break in. Like, how do you initiate these calls? How do you reach out to a broker? Now, at this time, I had a whole lot of information, but I didn't know anything about load boards. That's why you all, when you watch my videos and when you see me, you'll hear me say, get on the load boards. You don't have to live on there, and it doesn't have to be the ultimate operation for your business. However, we don't know any brokers. So we got to treat that like we treat a new relationship. We got to get on the dating site. We got to get on social media. We got to go out here and we got to come in contact with somebody. And then what we have to do, we have to keep in communication with them. So you get on the load board and you see a load for the transportation company that you are in a contractual agreement with. All right. Don't go looking and paying for no load board when you don't have anybody to book a load for, because it's a waste of time, because a broker don't want to hear from you if you don't have a truck to offer him. All right. You all will notice another thing about me. I will drop a gem in the middle of conversation because there's a lot of people who need to know about it. I'm at the 20-minute mark. I don't want to go any more than 30, 35 minutes because that's too long. I'll break it down after these with little smaller things, but if y'all have questions, we'll move forward. All right. So I got onto the social media scene because as I started going, I started realizing that the lies is not happening. So I kind of popped on social media like, inadvertently documenting my progress. And I popped on and I was like, hey, I don't know who said we was going to make all this money, but they done told a lie. Okay. I'm kicking out more money each month than I'm bringing in. Okay. And I began to share my journey. And that is where my set apart was, because I wasn't on here trying to sell anybody any dreams. I wasn't on here trying to tell you all of the lies and you're going to be making $100,000 a year and you're going to be rich and you're going to be able to leave your job, because that was not the reality that was happening for me. Now, praise the Lord for all of those who popped off and that's how it was going. But we're going to circle that thing on up to today. Okay. So I got going. I got my carrier. We're moving. Okay. I am one. Also, when I was in corporate America, I used to recruit. In that space, I was one that kept it real. Now, corporate, HR and them, HR. Okay. HR, I do speak grammatically correct when I'm in that mode. So I'll switch in and out. HR, is going to tell you, tell them this and omit that. However, when I'm sitting there speaking to you and you're operating in a space of reality with me, I'm going to operate in a space of reality with you. Okay. So we on here, we're moving and we're going. So when I got my first carrier actually reached out to me from a YouTube video. Okay. So I let them know, hey, you are a new authority. Okay. Keep a pen and a pencil when you listen to me, because it drops at any time. Okay. It's just like the spirit. When it falls, you got to let it have its way. All right. So you are a new authority. You are a non-CDL and you are a 24-foot box truck. This is the trinity of challenge when entering into this space, okay? Because you are limited on what you can do and what you can haul, because you don't have the credentials, and in this case, the vehicle, okay, to move in a capacity that will get you the earnings that you heard about. Because not only are we hearing and seeing things as the dispatcher, these new transportation companies are moving off money as well. They heard that all they got to do is get a box truck. They heard they don't have to get a CDL. They heard that they'll be able to make the money, but it is not so. Okay, so when I got them, I operated in the space of reality. I said to them, I cannot tell grown men what to do with their earnings. However, it is going to be challenging to consistently keep you moving in this first, at the time, it was 90 days. Okay. Now it's about 6 months or so. Okay. We got to keep up with the industry. Okay. I am not actively dispatching anymore. I am actively consulting and teaching. However, I still have to keep closely eye on what's going on in the industry to keep you all current on information that's going on. Okay. So I let them know, hey, I cannot tell grown men what to do. All right. Sometimes we will do well. Sometimes we will not. Documented this journey. I have an ebook. All right. You can hit the link in my bio anywhere. And it's called Marian and the Box Truck. For those who are wanting to get started and operate in the box truck space, this reality is in that book. I would not advise at this time. Okay. You can take what you want, how you want. This is still your business. But I would not advise at this time taking on any box truck that does not have a CDL holder and CDL equipment. Okay, let me drop a little understanding on that real quick and we will move forward. If the equipment does not match the licensing, they are operating as a non-CDL box truck. Okay, there are a lot of CDL holders who jump up out of those company trucks and they take their CDL and they jump into a non-CDL box truck and they want to operate in the CDL space. Okay, the determination of how you can move and what you can move is the equipment. So if you do not have a CDL, do not go and get a piece of equipment that can only operate in a CDL capacity. And if you have a CDL, do not go get an equipment that can only operate in a space of a non-CDL. Okay. All right. Also, since we're here, if you have a CDL and you have CDL equipment and your helper or the person that rides with you does not have a CDL, guess what? You are doing it all by yourself. They cannot operate that equipment. I know it. I know it. Okay. I know it. Because you was plotting and you was planning. However, don't do it to yourself. Don't get shut down before you even get started. All right. So I let them know, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. I had an understanding. Again, I can't tell grown men what to do with their money, but you need to hold on to it. And if you are not in a financial position to pay for all that you were paying for before you started this business, you are not ready yet. Okay. If you don't have no coinage after you purchase, after you go through all of the financial things that involve starting this business, if you don't have at least $30,000 or more dollars left after, you are not ready yet. Okay, I'm gonna let you hold on to that. So I came to an understanding with them. All right. We operated, we moved. Okay. We did not make money at first. We didn't make none. Okay. Now, mind you, I am still paying for my load board. I am still paying with my time. Okay. Paying with my time, because whether that truck moves or not, I still have to look for loads. That makes sense. I still have to negotiate loads. That makes sense. All right. So we did that. And again, I encouraged them to get their CDL. Not only did he get his CDL, I coordinated the movements to make him money. So he got 3 tractors, 3 trailers by the time we were done. Okay. And he was making over $400,000 a year. I let them, that once I got that done, I taught my carrier. I don't recommend a carrier to purchase any equipment unless they have been trained to dispatch. All right, beautiful diamond. Okay. I trained my and it's funny that you said that, because I trained my owner. Okay. He was kicking and screaming. Okay. Because when I trained him at that point, we were making money. Okay. He had drivers and it was time. And he was so adamant, like, you're doing good. You're doing a great job. This is not my final stop. But what I said to him was, hey, no one should know more about your business, the operations and the functions, than you do. Even if you don't do the task, you need to know them. Okay? There's no reason you should not know everything that I do. Okay? That means I have control. All right? And if I decide to leave you right here high and dry, you're done. You're looking a fool. So I finally got him to understand that. I understand I'm doing a great job. I know I'm doing a great job. Okay? Because this nice little piece of change that's coming in here every week lets me know I'm doing a good job. Okay, so I got him to know because I knew where I was going. Okay, and I knew that this was not my final destination. So, needless to say, we went, we grew. Um, I withdrew from that company last year. All right, I withdrew at a time that they were in excellent financial condition. Okay, there was no reason. It didn't matter what the industry was doing. They had a nice nest egg, personally and business wise. Okay, as the dispatcher, okay, it is your job to get these companies and keep these companies in financial position. Okay, now you can't do nothing about what you can't do nothing about. All right, that just is what it is. But when it's good, it got to be good, and you got to, keep it good. So when I left them, okay, when we broke up, okay, because we had been booed up for 3 years, okay, we had been together 24 hours a day, okay. I had a husband, have a husband, and I had them, okay. I had me 4 men, okay, that I got to deal with 4 different personalities, all right. But I did that. When I left, we were good. He knew what was going on. Now we are done as far as dispatch, okay, relationship. However, comma, I am now operating in the government contract capacity. Okay, so now I am learning. I am becoming effective because when I revisit a relationship with them, I'm gonna be the boss. Okay, the tables are gonna turn. However, when we were both getting started, we both gave each other a chance. Okay. I did what needed to be done to get them into a financial space. Now I'm doing what needs to be done to enhance myself and make myself more marketable in the marketplace. And in turn, I will be able to circle it back around, okay, and give them chances that they may need in the time that I know them. So I'm saying this to say that in my entrepreneurial space, I have learned a lot. I have shared a lot. I have grown a lot. And I am now in a space where this year I have not been operating in the space. So last year I implemented, I am not and never have been a one-trick pony. Um, my history in corporate America is what I want to pour into us all as entrepreneurs, no matter what space that you're in. Because there are a lot of people entering into the entrepreneurial space because they want to be their own boss. It's not boss not to know how to transition. Okay. It's not boss to only know how to speak Ebonics. It's not boss to only be comfortable and fit into one room. It's not boss not to have good customer service. It's not boss not to see about and groom and pour back every beginning dollar back into your business. But you're going out to spend it and going on trips. And then you got to come back and do these fly by night situations. Hey, my course was $15,000, but today you could get it for 1,500, and then you get people to buy it, and then you off grid for 3, 4, 5 months until you come back to do another smash and grab. I want you all to be not only successful but have longevity. Okay, in this time that I have taken off, I realized that I gave and gave and gave for 3 years straight. Okay, I poured from a depleted cup. Depleted. Because I was so busy trying to make sure that people were good and that they seek success, but they didn't want it for themselves. Okay. I lived off of, hey, I really want to do this. I'm really in a bind. I really can't afford it. Only to turn around and be met with, I'm on vacation. I'm in Brazil. Oh, my 30 days is up, but can I get it? I was on how you was on vacation, but you came to me poor mouthing about how you couldn't do and couldn't be. So I had to learn to get my heart off my sleeve. I had to learn to come out of the space where I used to be. Okay. I had to learn that, your how you call it? Your emergency, okay, it is not mine. Your situation is not my emergency. I'm in the trucking industry as an instructor to owner operators, freight brokers, and dispatchers. Oh, okay. Um, Are you an entrepreneur or do you work for a company? Because I'm operated in the same space along with consulting. Well, I consult now. And how long have you been in the industry, beautiful diamond? Is that cosmetic? So yeah, so I want to talk about the industry for a minute. Okay. I'm in the government space also 12 years. I love it. So let me so I'm gonna talk about entrepreneurship and cutthroat. So when I was on here, I was on here heavy. I was on social media all day, every day, sharing, sharing, sharing. Well, there were other people who were in the same space as I was, and everything that I would share, they would use my content to rebuttal. Okay. They weren't online, or they would do a little 2 or 3 minutes, every now and then, but they had so much to say against what I was doing. Now, I have a lot of things on YouTube. I noticed that in the last year and some change, my YouTube views have gone up. There's people who weren't teaching dispatch before that are. Some of them don't have the sense enough to even change the words around. They'll just use the exact one that I use. And I also see, I know now that I was ahead of my time, because I now see a lot of those same people regurgitating information that I've been already given from 3 years ago. Okay. I also see, don't worry about them haters, sis. What God has been correct. So that's where I'm going. I want to say that I'm grateful, because although I couldn't see a lot of things, I do see them now. Okay. So I want to do this. There's been a lot of, like I said before I went off grid, we are now, for those who were on the fence about becoming dispatchers, the FMCSA legitimized us last year. Okay. We are legitimate businesses. We can move, we can operate. I want to say this. If you are chasing money, entrepreneurship, okay, is not going to be for you. If you're chasing money only, if you don't have passion, purpose, and drive in what it is that you want to do, you're not going to make it. If money is the forefront and the driving force of what you want to have in entrepreneurship, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. And somebody has to be real with us about that. Okay? And we have to be real with ourselves. We know good and well, if we see somebody saying that they can get you in position to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in 30 days, they're lying, and you're lying to yourself to believe it. Okay? If you ain't selling dope, let me watch that, because I'll get banned. They'll be saying I was on here trying to tell y'all, the mixture and the remedy, and the amounts and the measurements. Okay? But if you're not doing something illegal, okay, that's not happening. Okay? If you don't have real estate coin, it's not happening. Okay? So if these two things, okay, are not something that you're doing, you're not going to see that kind of return unless it's option 3. All right? You hit the lottery. Okay? And I'm just here to be honest and real with y'all. Again, through my whole entrepreneurial journey in this space, I have always kept it a buck. I have talked to y'all about going for months without making a dime, but still pressing. I have talked to y'all about $10,000 days without all of it. All of it. I have talked to y'all about your household and relationships, and how if your relationship, your marriage, if it's on edge, entrepreneurship ain't gonna be what helps it. It's gonna either break it all the way. Yeah, all of the things. And now I'm on here to talk to y'all now about where I've been, why I had to take a break mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because in an entrepreneurial space, it can take your mind, It can put your body into a state that it's never been into before, and you definitely won't be praying. Okay? If that's what you're into. Okay? Because you can become so consumed with trying to make money, with trying to push people into doing things and all of that you have poured out, and it wasn't even them ain't even your people. That's not your people, that's not your tribe, that's not your crowd, because anybody that is for you, you're not going to have to put your foot on their neck. You're not going to have to contact them and see what they're doing and follow up with them and find them and all that. You're not going to have to do that. And what I learned, okay, so I started a monthly program. I realized people didn't have money, this sort of thing. So I always try to do things that were cost effective. Not so much anymore. So I created a program where it's $50 a month. Okay. I said, hey, I know the people who follow me, a lot of people at the time, they didn't have $1,500, $2,500, $3,500 to get in somebody's program and get any mentorship and all that. So I created a space on Patreon, $50 a month. Okay. You get access to all of my, it's self-paced. Okay. I always said it. You get access to my course, and you get live help from me Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay. That's when business is bumping. That's when carriers are acting a fool or doing well. That's when brokers are acting a fool or doing well. I will help you. I will help you, if you need to get rid of a carrier, I'll tell you what to say, how to do. If you got a carrier that's at a situation at the warehouse, I'm right there live for you on Discord to assist you. Okay? This is a $3,500 easy program. Okay? I was very clear. I said, hey, it is self-paced. It is self-paced. It is self-paced because I'm not going to give you all of me like that for $50 a month. I'm already giving you more than enough by being available to you in that capacity to help walk you through your business daily, Monday through Thursday. I got people that would join. They wouldn't do anything. I look, the courses, the numbers are still where they were. You haven't even viewed them. They didn't even join the Discord space. They didn't look, they didn't do anything. So they exit. So I have a thing, or they'll try to talk to me. Hey, can you call me? Hey, can you? No. I was very clear on what this is. If you are not a self-starter, do not join this program. I would have people join it because they thought that they were going to get the $50 a month, but you're going to get $50,000 worth of information and time from me. No. So on my Patreon, I have the exit. Like when you don't want to do it no more, it has, why are you leaving, this, and this. I got 30,000 messages on there. Marian was not present like I thought she was going to be. Marian was not active like I thought she was going to be. She was not here like I thought she was going to be. No, you thought that you were going to get $3,500 worth of services for $50 a month. You thought joining my program, you were going to undermine me. Here's my thing. Free for me is my YouTube. Money you can make from the videos on my YouTube. I had done everything that I could do to operate in a cost-effective space. I'm not cost-effective, okay? I'm not a discount. What I'm giving you offers and affords you a place to make money. That space was not just for transportation, okay? That space was also for whatever business that you want to start and you need help in, I will help you, okay? Look at that. Look, God always moves. Gina, she just logged in. Gina met me through this space. Gina still dabbles. She does IFTA because you don't only have to operate in this space. I also have a program in my Patreon space that shows you how to start and run and make daily money, okay, from cold calling and lead generation. If you are a dispatcher and you're not making any money, if you want to do a part-time situation, you can still do cold calling and get on all of these spaces and sell your leads. You're still doing the same process. I teach you how to make money daily, weekly, monthly. Okay? Well, that part you got to pay for. So she's here. And I just couldn't understand. So now what I'm about to do is I'm going to close it. Okay? They'll know who's there. They'll know what we're going to do, how we're going to do next. And I'm going to, for the next 30 days, I'm going to take my entire training program, and I'm going to put it on YouTube for free. Okay? For the next 30 days. No, you will not be able to ask questions under it. You will not, because this how I done had to learn. This how y'all play. You will try to get money information. You don't want to watch the videos. You don't want to do anything. The reason that I'm doing it is because people are still entering. Don't let people scare y'all out. Don't let people do all of this crazy stuff. I don't know who this is. But it's a no. I don't even see you speaking under the video. For those of y'all who coming in, y'all see me with my workout get up on. This what I've been up to. Y'all see I ain't got all the chins no more. You hear me? I'm out here glowing. You see the sun is shining. The S-O-N, okay, is in cahoots with the S-U-N, all right, and it's shining on me. Amen. All right. So I wanted to come on because I just felt compelled in my spirit today. I said, hey, now you could get on here. Now you have something to say. Now you can speak to the people, from a different space, from a different free and renewing of the mind. Y'all see me? Y'all see me? Y'all see I got my yoga mat down here. I don't even need this right here. But I got my jump up in my hand. Y'all see me? Y'all hear me? Come on, Riri. Riri got the pants, that picture for real. This ain't that kind of program. But that thing thinking. Okay, let's just know that thing is thinking. Okay. But you have to. For real, let me get back to the. Listen now, if you got happy, I'm seeing that my cash out. Send me listen. Let's get it together. No, but for real. I wanted to talk to y'all. Like I said, there hasn't been anything in business that I have not shared with y'all, talked to y'all about, been real about. And this year, my spirit just sat me down and said, no more. For 3 years, you poured, you gave, you moved, you sat up, that's it. That's it for that chapter. You look at me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. Y'all see I got these things on here. So I had, when I was bigger, when I was operating in my ultimate fitness, all right? This right here wasn't shaky. But now, that it's starting to inch off. This right here, let me tell you, that thing swinging around here like a Timmy, just swinging. Yes, you are the real deal. I appreciate that, y'all, because I need you to know. Because when you and let me tell you something, depression is real in this space. Depression, business depression. People don't be talking about that. Business depression is separate from depression. And let me tell you how I can say that, how I can talk about that. Because I have been depressed in my business. I have been living my life and everything has been wonderful. And when I thought about getting in my business, my whole demeanor, it is just like, I guess it will put you in the mind of postpartum. Like I birthed this baby and I was excited about this baby. And I groomed and I took care and I fed this baby and I shared this baby with, and then all of a sudden, it was all that they could get from the baby. How can I get this? How can I touch your baby? How can I touch the hem of the garment of your baby? I don't want to do any work. I don't want to pour into you. I don't want to pay for anything. I don't want to do that. I just want to yeah. So I had to back up off of it and sit my cup down. Okay, because my cup was empty. Okay, there was no more. Now it runneth over. All right, now it runneth over. Now I know and I understand that there is so much. My cup is overflowing. So now I have something to give you. I'm big. I sure am. I'm big blessed. All right. Okay. I'm big blessed and you big blocked. Amen. All right, go to children's church. All right. And when you get some maturity about yourself, then you can come back over here to big church. So yeah. We still do the block ministry over here. Okay. I still love the Lord and I still will send you to children's church. All right, because you're childish. But yeah, it's this entrepreneurship thing is no joke. We need to know the reality of this. We need to know the highs and the lows don't last, either of them. However, at some point, an equal medium will come. We just got to keep pushing, and we have to listen, to our bodies. We have to listen to our bodies. We get surrounded by people, that are a blessing to us. They don't want anything but to really know how you are, to really see how you're doing, to really pour into you. Yes, you may have to pivot. You're right, Gina. You may have to pivot several times. And sometimes don't ever take a pivot to be like, oh, I can't believe this didn't happen. I didn't make it. This because sometimes the vision or the unction that was given to us, that wasn't the whole part. Okay, sometimes we move prematurely, or sometimes we move and it is time to move, but we didn't have the whole thing. So don't look at it as negative. Don't look at it as it. Definitely, you can't worry about what people gonna say. Because let me tell you one thing about what people gonna say and what people gonna do. People gonna have so much to say. People not gonna support, not gonna do anything. And my carriers, I still mean this. This is still what I pour into y'all. Those who had to close their businesses. Okay, those who decided to go in a different direction, to park their truck, to close their dispatching businesses, whatever it is that you decided to do, okay, that makes sense for you in your life. Okay, don't let nobody make you feel no kind of way about it, because I'm going to tell you what those people gonna do. They sat and watched you this whole time. First of all, they said, oh, they started a business. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna do it. They ain't got that kind of personality. They ain't got that kind of money. They ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna be. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be successful. And then they watch. And then they see you do a little bit. They say, we're gonna see how long it's gonna last. Okay, then it lasted a little bit longer than they said. So they still kept watching, but they didn't really have too much to say. But then as soon as your business closed down or you decided to go in a different direction, they said, oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that wasn't gonna make it. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I knew that wasn't gonna. But let me tell you what they gonna do. Okay, you gonna go back to work. Oh, we're gonna talk about that in a minute too, because I went back to work, y'all. And going back to work saved my mental life. We're gonna talk about that. Matter of fact, I might make another video because it's been too long. What they're gonna do is they're gonna watch, okay? And the whole time they've been watching you, they've been gathering them some information. They've been getting them a couple of dollars. So when you close down, okay, when you go do what it is that they think they know what you did for, here they gonna come. Hey, sis. Hey, bruh. I know you used to drive trucks. I know you used to have a business. I know you used to dispatch. Can I bounce some off you? Can I pick your brain? Can we sit and can I take you to lunch? I'm going to tell you what you tell them. First of all, let me tell you who you are now. You are now a consultant. You are now a consultant, okay? Because what you did, you ran a business. That means you started it, okay? You gathered information. You drove that truck. You knew how many miles you needed to go. You knew what type of gas you needed to get in and where you needed to get it from. You knew how to start your business and get your EIN and get your all of your letters and do your IFTA and all of the things. You ran that business. Everything that you learned in that business qualifies you to consult. So when they want to ask you some questions, you ask them, where can you send the invoice? Huh? Because you can't get nothing from me for free, because I have paid for this education and you're going to pay me to get what you need from me. You hear me? Because you pay with your money, you pay with your time, you pay with your lessons, you pay with your disappointments, you pay with your highs, You paid with your lows. You paid with your back pains. You paid with your with going out here and dealing with racism. You paid in so many ways. Don't you let nobody ask you to give them nothing for free. Because the education you got is the same thing and no different from the education that somebody gonna get when they go pay for a college degree. As a matter of fact, you are more costly because not only do you have the education, you have the experience. That's all I want to say to you today. I just want to encourage you on today. And I want you to know, if you didn't know who you were before now, in that capacity, you'll know now. Okay? So you work your 9 to 5, your 8 to 8, your 7 to 7, your overnight. Okay? And then on your time off and your days off, you open up your appointment time. Okay? Because that's what I do. So I'm going to, talk to y'all about going back to work. Going back to work saved my life, saved my mental health. You see, I didn't go back to work because I need some money. I went back to work because I needed to know that my skill, capacity, and levels were needed, still sharp, and I can be paid for them. Because see, out here, y'all do what y'all want to do when you want to do it. Your money. But you want my time without no money. See, one thing about that clock, they pay you for your time. Okay? And not only did I re-enter in a nice little piece of change space. However, that re-entry is my part-time. Okay? That's my side job. Entrepreneurship is my full-time. That right there, that just pay for my dreams. That pay for what I need in here. That pay for vacation. That pay for a personal assistant. Okay? But mostly now, it don't pay for nothing that got to do with my business. Because when I have business, when people who come to me now, they really want to pay me $1,500 for 2 hours of my time. They really want to. Now, what I'm not saying is everybody going to pay that. It depends on what you want from me, how long, 4 hours, whatever. That's just an example. Okay, don't get on here talking about, oh my God, this lady said. Now, in reality, there's people who charging more for that. There's people who got what's called big ticket items. They have 1 day a year for 8 hours, and it's $35,000. People paying. You hear me? So don't ever think that what you got, what you know, what you can offer, that nothing nobody don't need. Because people need and are interested in all sorts of things. Okay? My face tooted up a little bit because some of the things that they're into and what they want to pay for, just don't ever feel like whatever it is that you're thinking about is bad. Okay? You have to invest in yourself. Correct. So yeah, y'all, I just felt it in my inner man today to come on and talk to y'all. I'm gonna start back coming on, but it'll be more so in this kind of capacity, more in encouraging. I got some stories to tell y'all, and working on myself, because even in entrepreneurship, y'all, we got to work on ourselves. And I want to come on here, while we on here, we talking, we exercising. You can do exercises from your chair. Okay, I've been learning some stuff. I'm so glad. We need to see you more. Yeah, I have to, work on it, but I had to also make sure that I'm in the mental space to do it, because these people be on here, they be on some other stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to post when I put the courses. Like I said, I'm starting to see my YouTube pick back up out of nowhere. Somebody sent me a message. And y'all, let me tell y'all what's crazy. Y'all know I talked about all of the things for these past few years. Do you know there are still people right now? I'm glad to see. Right now, who under my YouTube videos, hey, how do I get paid? I took a class and I'm just finished. What do I do? Hey, I've been working for these carriers and they haven't paid me. What do I do? You mean to tell me I've been off the scene all this time and I see all these people picked up doing all this social media all day and people are still taking your classes and then getting out and asking what to do? What you doing with their money? Their time. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, Sophia back now. Gonna be some changes, right? Oh Lord. But yeah, let me get off the color purple. But yeah, y'all, I'm glad you're doing good. I appreciate it, y'all. I'm gonna start coming back. I gotta get off here. Get my workout on. Y'all see, I got my yoga mat down there. So I'm exercising now, y'all. But I'm not doing all of this stuff that people doing. I'm doing old school. Okay, I'm jump roping. I'm waiting on my skates to come. I'm going to take skating lessons because I used to know how to skate really well when I was younger, but now I'm nervous and my nerves bad. And I got the hula hoop. Now the hula hoop is the only new school thing that I'm doing because I got the new hula hoop thing with the weight on it that you know you got to do the look and you got to work the weight. That's the only new school thing I'm doing. Because all of this other stuff, honey, that just ain't for me. That's not my ministry and it's not my life. So I had to say, you know what? When was the last time you was in shape and you felt good and you were slim every day? When I was a child, jump roping, hula hooping, and skating every day. All right. So I'm doing a program for myself. It's called 48 by 48. So what I have done now, I'm down 27 pounds. Hallelujah, salvation and glory. In that 27, all I did was stop eating sugar, in any kind of sugar, and bread, and change my eating. Okay. Now I'm stuck at the 27 pounds down. Now I'm implementing exercise because I knew for me that trying to eat right and exercise at the same time, something was gonna fail. And 9 times out of 10, I was not gonna be eating right and I wasn't gonna be exercising. So I started where I needed to because that's another thing, y'all, in business and in life. Everything that don't work for everybody. Okay. And when we get our mind right, we know that. That just ain't for me. That ain't for me. Therapy. I go to therapy, y'all. Listen, my therapist work for me. My therapist know that one of the things for me is time. So trying to schedule an appointment and say, be here at this time, we don't operate like that. When I feel the need, I say, hey, I think I need to talk to you around about 1:30 and 22 seconds today. Will you be available? Yes, you will. So we have to find what works for us. That is what's going to prolong our life and keep our mental health because we get so caught up in what other people doing and how they did it and how they do it and what you're doing and mm-mm. That ain't it. Not for me. So yeah, y'all, I greatly appreciate y'all. I greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you for everybody who logged in. Thank you for everybody who gave gifts. I don't even know if all of that happened, but I would still want to say thank you. And thank you all for just being here and having an understanding because we never know. And everybody who is here, it was not by chance. Okay, it was not by chance. There was a reason that you needed to be here at this exact time, at this very moment, even if you was on here to call me fat. Okay, even if you was on here to look at my butt, because you called me fat and looked at my butt so you could rub one out. But you got what you came here to get, even though you didn't know you was getting here today. But for those who took something good, for those who just needed an encouraging word, for those who just need to know that the next step can happen and will happen and it's gonna be all right. Those of you who know that it's already done, huh? I just want to say thank you. Okay, I want you to know and I want you to understand and I want you to walk into whatever you used to do that was working that you began to lack into, tap back into it. If you used to be a prayer warrior, tap back into it because wherever you was praying for, whoever you was praying to, whatever you believe in, walk in it strongly. And if you walked away from it, just know that wherever you left it at is still there. It's waiting for you to come back to it. Okay, it's waiting for you to reach your hand back out for it. If you could do something for somebody, do it. Always know and understand that there's always somebody worse off than you, no matter how bad you think you got it. Okay, and if you want to remember some of these things, reach your hand back. Okay, it doesn't matter if you had 3 and now you have 4. If you can afford to give that 4 to somebody beside you or behind you, reach back because remember the time but you only had 3. Remember the time that you didn't have. Remember the time that you could not. Okay, and always operate in what your spirit tell you to do. All right, all right. All right. I greatly appreciate y'all. Again, heaven smile upon you. I will be returning sooner. Again, if you have any questions, any concerns, please head over to my YouTube. There's a lot of information there. I'm going to post when I post the videos over there. Again, they're going to be on there for 30 days for free. Everything that I know important to my people. No, you will not be able to comment. But if you want to join the Patreon space and ask your questions and your concerns, that's what you'll be able to do for $50 a month. You can have mentorship, okay? It is not just for the transportation industry. It is for any form of entrepreneurship you want to do, because I actually have, more thoughts than I thought I did, okay? So again, thank y'all so much. Let me do some exercises before it's time for me to do everything else that I need to do, and I'll be coming on. We'll be cooking and stuff. No, I'll be talking to y'all about that though, because there is a way to handle your household and work from home without having yourself tired. All right. So again, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I will talk to y'all later. Oh, I don't even know how to. Okay, boom. That's how you turn that off. I ain't been on here in a minute, and it don't take long for stuff to change. Okay.